Right. Let me see. Don't have nobody in here yet, but let me give it a few seconds before I start. All I need is one or two people to get it started. Yeah, all right. So, Undisputed came out what, a month ago? Yeah, so we're gonna say Undisputed came out about a month, 3 weeks ago. Um, it did 1 million buys. That's good money. But from my intel and from what I see from people, a lot of people are trying to get refunds for the game. And I think that Steel City wasn't very transparent with fans. They keep using excuses like this is our first game. And they keep saying, yeah, they're saying this is our first game and we're new to this game. But they gotta stop, at this point it's like Ash keep repeating itself because you keep saying this is your first game when you have people on your team. Many of them are veterans in the gaming industry. You hired people that were um, veterans in the industry. So you can't use that excuse. This is our first game, especially when you basically almost spent 5 years creating this game. I know I keep repeating this, but you spend 5 years creating this game, and the base of the game is not good. It's really not good. The base of the game. If the base game was good, fans would not complain so much. And then they feel deceived because the game basically on console is in early access, and that's not what fans had thought the game was going to be in early access. It's like, why are you going to tell once we purchase the game, then we're going to find out that the game is in early access on consoles. That was being deceptive. So you sold 1 million games. So what are you gonna do with that Steel City? Because being that you sold 1 million games or no 1 million games and more, what are you gonna do with that? Because let's just say, like I'm gonna keep saying this, um, we like add that up together. Let's say 1 million games, and you sold the game for $80. That's $80 million. That's a lot of money to build your team. And this is the thing that one of my biggest gripes with Steel City. Who do you have actually testing your game? Who do you have the people that come in and test for bugs and stuff? Who do you have doing this? Stop just hiring people because they have experience testing certain things, but they're not boxing fans. And from my research, you could have hired people that were boxing fans to be testers and to be what do they call it? I forget the main title that tests for bugs. Right now I just woke up, I got a brain fart. But yeah, it's like you hired people to test your game that don't have experience in the sport that they're testing. A lot of these guys are fighting game fans. They like the extreme of what arcade fighting games give you. So they're not going to say too much about what's a realistic boxing game. A lot of these guys really don't care for boxing. You got to hire people that really have some type of feelings or emotion attached to boxing. It makes sense to hire people that have some attachment to boxing. I keep saying that, and people keep saying, no, no. I asked other developers. They said it should have been more people on the Steel City team that had experience that have a connection to boxing. That's a cat like a little above a casual fan, even a casual fan. But they have to have some type of connection to boxing. It's like they're making a fighting game. Like their mindset is we're creating a fighting game. And so much is being taken out and it's okay to have. It's like it's okay for this to be missing. It's okay for that to be missing. Then you got somebody in your ear. Oh, um, we could keep using the excuse that this is our first game, so we could leave certain things out. Referee left out the game. Wardrobe left out the game. You got tops on the female boxers, but you can't put a top robe on a male boxer. Somebody at your team is making decisions because they're being lazy to me. And it's not only me saying this, it's other developers I talk to. They keep saying that Steel City had too much time not to have a basic game. The punch mechanics, they're not good. You got some guys punching up when they throw punches. It's not really, I haven't seen in a game a good straight punches. The tracking is off. It's garbage. It's like you guys going backwards and using the excuse. You gotta do better. It's like you gotta do better. And then you gotta wait till December for an update. For one, Steel City was saying that this was gonna be a live update game. Live updates, you could do them quicker than you could do the whole process of getting the certification from PlayStation and Xbox. Because that's how Warframe does a lot of updates. It makes no sense. It's like crazy that Steel City put this game out and they like was being deceptive. It seemed like they were trying to please the investors. And from my conversations with Ash in the past, he never wanted investors because this is exactly what he was saying. He said, if I get investors, they're going to rush me with my game. They're going to take away my game. And my thing is, I'm going to keep saying with Ash is like, you got to be more of a leader because this is your game. Stop letting other people at this point control your game. For one, that a lot of fans, once they heard that you said your team said you're crazy, your ideas are over ambitious, that right there is a bad thing because And when it comes to making a game over ambitious, you're supposed to hire a team that can um that can make your ideas happen. Your ideas are never over ambitious. For one, if it's over ambitious, you took 5 years to create what we have now, which is not really good. You had over 5 years. That's the time that you would have needed for something over ambitious. Now the rumor is Steel City is trying to change engines. And from my research, that's 12 to 24 months, depending on how many people they get that have experience in Unreal Engine. Are they going to fire the people on the team that have Unity experience? I don't think so. But their main course should be to hire as many people as they can for Unity. That means the game gets out faster. That means they could port the game into Unreal Engine quicker. You know, fans they a lot of people want this game to succeed. No, it's a lot of people that don't want it to succeed too. Now, a lot of people want me to talk extremely bad about Undisputed. That's not what I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be over the top. I don't want this company to die out. I really don't. That's not me. I want as many boxing games as we can get. I want the best boxing game. I'm not going to like, oh, you did this wrong. Y'all should just, disband. You shouldn't have a company. I'm not going to do that. That's not me. I want Steel City to succeed. I could be bitter and disgruntled because I feel like Steel City promised me, actually me, something and they didn't give it. I could be very disgruntled, but that's not me. I want a good boxing game. I want a great, realistic boxing game. And if any of you know me or experience who I am, you know that I'm passionate about getting a realistic boxing game. And I'm gonna keep saying realistic, not authentic. Because when you use the word authentic, you could do little things and call it a boxing game. I want a realistic boxing game. Authentic is good, but you put that realistic in there first, and the authentic come later. It's like people. Give me a second. I don't know if people trying to talk or what because I see I got 7 people here, and usually somebody would have said something by now. Give me a second. Oh, I see now. Um, yeah, you saying you think 2 months is, but the process is it takes I think at least 2 to 3 weeks for them to get certified, and then they want to do their testing. So that's what it comes up to. Most companies do that. Even though if they did the live updates model like they've been saying, they would be able to do the updates faster, like a week or two. But it seems like that's not what they're doing. It's like too many things are being changed in the development of this game. It's too many voices, especially in Ash's head. It's like Ash being overwhelmed and listening to people. Ash, somebody get this video to Ash. Ash, this is your game. It's not your developer game because a lot of your developers are not inspired like you are. This is your game, Ash. Be a man and man up and tell your developers, this is what I want and this is what I want you to do. And you got to hire more people that has boxing experience. Like they got to have the feelings you have about boxing, because it's easy to do. Or at least let your developers, this is what you do. You hire people and you tell them to watch boxing matches. Watch film. Get them a week or two to watch film of boxing. And then you tell them, that's what I want in my game. It's a lot of them won't even watch a boxing match. Even everyone like Fanatical was a cheeseball where he played Fight Night. He's a meta dude. Thanks for coming through, Smooth Realism. Yeah, I'm not going to Fanatical. He's a good person, but I'm not going to talk about a lot of these guys. But I wish most of them talk up. A lot of them seem like they don't want to lose a position. My thing was always, and they found that out early. My thing was always, even when I was helping EA, my thing was always, I don't care what you give me. EA gave me trips. They gave me a couple of trips. EA gave me merch. You know, when I was helping with Fight Night Round 4 and Fight Night Champion, they was giving me stuff. But I'm going to be truthful. And that thing was, Poe, you can't do this. You can't say this. You are a moderator. You are a community leader. No, that's when y'all hired me, I told y'all how I was. I'm too passionate to accept just anything. I want a realistic boxing game. From one, I boxed. I boxed for over a decade. I met a lot of these boxers, the ones in my era. So I must tell the truth about things. I always told the truth about things. They used to always get mad because they're like, Poe, why are you saying these things about the game? Because this is not realistic in the game. That's not realistic in the game. I used to always talk about Fight Night Round 4 and Fight Night Champion. When I went to EA for the Fight Night Round 4 community event, my first thing, what I saw at the in the studio and what they put out were two different things. Looks like it. Hold on, what you saying? He part of the reason why we have the trash and dying. No, I think a lot of that stuff comes from Will. I'm no Raxzilla. I think a lot of that stuff comes from Raxzilla. Because you got to look at his title. He's a gameplay. I forget his title, but it's coordinator, something like that. Will Smith and Aimbot. A lot of people like to take the heat off of Aimbot, but Aimbot, he follows what Will or whoever Ash give that that power to. And my thing with Ash is you got the owner of 2K. He's not in the studio, but he makes sure he's getting the game that he wants. Now, that idea with all that microtransaction and stuff, that wasn't his idea, but he saw money coming from it. And I hate that people attach the money aspect of 2K now to everything. Like far as when it comes to mistakes or whatever, they always bring up the microtransaction. No, the game itself. When I talk about 2K, NBA 2K. But again, when Ash always talk about he wanted his game to be realistic. Then Will came in and said, no, don't use that word realistic because it's going to make the fans' expectations go up. No, you know what made fans' expectations go up? And I'm going from my experience in the gaming world. I'm not scared to see, look at all this gray. I'm not scared to say that I've been in, when EA first made the Fight Night forums, I was there. And it was mostly my recommendations to make a Fight Night forum because they had the Madden forum. And when the guy, I used to see him, Alan Quinto. He was the head over everybody when he started hiring different moderators and stuff like that. He was the head, and when he used to come into the IGN forums, he used to be scoping out conversations and stuff. And he was like, "Wow, you passionate? Won't you come over? I'm about to make a fight night forum." And I think that was in Fight Night. I forget which one. A Fight Night or Knockout King. But he pulled me in, and then I start, being in the chat. Then he said, "Yo, I'm gonna make you a moderator." Then I think like within 2 months, he see how many people gathered around me and respected me. He made me a senior moderator. And then after that, he said, "Hey, Paul, we're going to make you a community leader." Technically, it's a community manager, but by being that that's a paid job, they say leader. Leader is not a paid job. It was basically I was volunteering when I might get some merch or something like that or trips and stuff. But it's crazy that people these like developers, they not listening to the fans. Like some of these developers, I'm not gonna say all of them, but some of these developers, they just look at creating Undisputed as it's just a job. But to me, when you do a job, which some other developers keep telling me, when you do a job, you do your research on it. But to me, the developers for Undisputed, they just see Undisputed as a fighting game. Because when you've seen the earlier iterations of Undisputed, it looked at better. It's like all you needed was tweaks. All they needed was tweaks. What's up, A Smooth? Glad you came through. What's good, Paul? Passing through. You got two devs working together that they both were completely different versions of realism. Ash is the strictly sim guy, and racist, and Rax is the arcade sim guy. Exactly. Rax keep telling Ash that it needs to be a hybrid. When you make a hybrid of anything, it's going to be one or the other. It's not going to be. It's a little bit of arcade and it's a little bit of sim. Because when you trying to get the hardcore fans, they're going to look at it as being arcade. If you arcade, realism, it's going to be arcade. It's going to lean more to arcade than realistic. What's up, Stick Talk Richie? Adore, what's up, my guy? I refuse to play this game again until the patch. I have no desire. Thanks for coming to Adore. Yeah, it's a lot of things missing in. And then what makes it so bad, they get mad at people for having an opinion about the game. If you spending your money, you should always have an opinion. How you gonna tell somebody that they wrong about something or get mad at somebody for having an opinion about the game? When they had the game in the early access, I mean in the betas and stuff, people were giving them feedback. And then it seemed like when one of your developers couldn't play the game, he had to dumb it down for him to be successful in the game. That's bad. Salute to all of y'all that's showing up. Yeah, but it makes no sense. And they waiting all the way to December. And you got to realize December is when a lot of games come out. So a lot of people going to just like forget about Undisputed. They got to do something major because they're going to lose a lot of people and a lot of new people, potential new people by December. This game could have sold extremely well. You got boxers talking good about the game. And that's sad because a lot of them talking good because they're invested in the game. Because a lot of these boxers, they are DLC. So they think some of them DLC and some of them get royalties from sales of the game. So they're going to talk good about the game, which is bad. Why are you talking good about something that's representing your name or your character, but it's not up to par? Just like when I was talking to Tommy the Duke Morrison wife, I talk to her every once in a blue moon. We'll talk. I was telling her that Tommy the Duke Morrison does not look like Tommy the Duke Morrison. Stop accepting anything they give you. They're gonna give you, oh, we can't make Tommy the Duke Morrison because Tommy the Duke Morrison not allowed. What that got to do with anything? There's technologies out there which a lot of fans don't know that they could do anything they want in the game. I'm gonna post it on my Twitter again. There's technology like old fighters or old boxing matches. Even I think 2K has the technology. They can get all the boxers' move sets. They can get all the animations from the boxers. They don't even got to depend on motion capture. They trying to fool people. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown behind man. So don't do with the kids stuff. And when you look at many of these people that's playing sports games, I'm gonna say sports games. They're grown-ups. You ain't got no 5-year-old or 10-year-old. You got grown-ups playing the game. A lot of people used to get mad at me, talking about, you're an old man, you shouldn't be playing no game. Why not? Oh, I'm supposed to be shooting pool, playing a game, shooting pool, huh? Or doing other things. Come on now. In my era, when video games first was made, I was there. So you think everybody abandons that and they start doing what the old people in my generation did? No. Each generation, things change. You think I'm gonna wear a suit like my grandfather wore? No, that's their era. I'm not gonna walk around with a suit on every day. Walk on with some dress sex because of my age. Y'all gotta get that nonsense. It's like y'all try to say certain things to, make other people be quiet. No, I'm gonna be passionate about a boxing game just like a passionate basketball fan is passionate about a basketball game. I'm gonna be passionate about a boxing game like a football player is passionate about Madden. People want Madden to do better. People want NBA 2K to do better. So I want a boxing game to do better immediately. It's no excuse. Yeah, the stamina regen is bad, and let me see. Yeah, it's a lot of things that's bad, but then it's a lot of things that I think some people they they're I don't want to say extreme about, because if you look at some boxes, like a lot of people want there to be a block break. Yes, it should be a block break, but also why deny people like Winky Wright and other people that have good defenses of being good defensively? And my thing is, people get mad. 'Cause you won't do it in, like, if it's an arcade game and you got a character that has a good defense, or you have a hard time with them, you don't complain about it. You find a way to defeat that opponent. But when you play in a realistic boxing game or realistic sports game, you complain about stuff that happens realistically. If a person has a good blocking, go to the body. If the person is known for his stamina, go to the body. I get it. If Undisputed didn't give you the mechanics to go to the body correctly, that's your complaint. It's not always the stamina or stuff like that, because put it this way, me as a boxer, if nobody go to my body, I mean, me as a former boxer, if nobody go to my body, that means I'ma last longer. Now, let's say I'm a boxer from the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Nobody go to my body. I'm going 15 rounds. And I probably go to 15 rounds. You ever see some of them boxers? They went 15 hard rounds, or went 15 rounds and say, hey, I could go two more. It's the boxer. It's the way they implement things. You can't always blame everything. Yes, the stamina is bad. And then, some of the punches people want the stamina, the fatigue, which I always talk about the fatigue system, which I gave EA that idea, the arm fatigue and body fatigue system. My thing is, people want everybody to have the same ratings for how they fight. Like, if some boxers gonna throw the jab more. Look at Larry Holmes. Watch Larry Holmes boxing matches. He's throwing 2 and 3 jabs, sometimes 4 jabs. If you gonna let him hit you with 3 or 4 jabs, that's on you. Stop blaming the developers on that at that point. Because to me, ask the developers to make defense more better. And stop saying, well, they need to take this out. Let me see. The game, yeah, the hit detection, that's crazy. I really dislike the hit detection. The tracking. Yeah, the tracking is horrible. It's like they whoever was planning from the studio, and that's what I was saying. Whoever's play testing the game or testing the game, I'm not talking about JMA and all those guys. I'm just talking about the Q&A guys. They're not boxing fans. The Q&A guys are not boxing fans. And they testing the game. So they're not going to pick up on things that a person that actually love boxing or watch boxing. The Q&A guys are fighting game fans. So Ash should have hired people from the community that are boxing fans. boxing coaches that play games. There are plenty of boxers that play boxing games. There are coaches that play boxing games. Coach Anthony, a well-known coach, he plays boxing games. It's a lot of boxers that actually play boxing games. They should have had them play testing the game. Let them give their feedback. It makes no sense. I highly dislike the impact and the hit detection of the normal punches. Yeah, I think the jab should make you reset. And to those that don't understand what I mean by reset, like if you coming in and I'm throwing a jab, or I'm going forward and I'm throwing a jab, and you thinking of, and you making a motion, and I catch you before you make that motion, your character should basically reset. The jab should stop a lot of things. And to me, what's making the game mess up a lot for people is not having a clinching system, because that right there adds another layer onto the boxing game. It ain't that you got to keep clinching all the time. That's what the referee supposed to be in the ring for. But clinching is another layer to boxing. Inside fighting should be better implemented into the game. And these are the basic things that should have been implemented into the game. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like they was taking shortcuts. How you taking shortcuts, and it's going on 5 years making a boxing game? And this goes back to what I always say. The developers are using Ash to make sure that they have employment. It's like they doing things to make sure they have a job. And to me, Ash making it too easy. My thing is, if you want to make sure you have a job, make sure my game is up to par. It's crazy. They interviewed him. Let me see. Smooth Rhythm. They interviewed him recently, and he said people can complain, but at the end of the day, they'll do them. Sounds about right. That's crazy, because how can you say that once you got somebody money? It sounds like you got people money now. And a lot of these things, that's not how Ash was. My thing is, Ash make me see him differently, because I think it's more so he feel like his back against the wall. It's like he feel that he has the listen to people that have more experience than him. I would never do that. I would never. If I hired you for your experience, but you're not going to tell me what my game should be. You're not going to make me seem like I'm a bad guy when I advertise my game a certain way. And that's what his developers are doing. Or the guy he hired to be over his developers. That's crazy. I believe that his game fails both as a boxing game and a fighting game mechanically. As a boxing game, yeah. A fighting game, I don't even want to talk about that, because you that's the balance that when people say balance, I'm always thinking about when I was helping EA. When they say balance, they mean the hybrid of realistic boxing and arcade boxing. I'm gonna stay focused on realism. But yeah, I understand what you're saying though. But yeah, it's like this game should not be as bad as it is. You could use COVID for the first year and a half. But after that, Come on now. Stop. I seen guys that's just like one or two people that have better boxing mechanics. There was still, excuse me, I have better boxing mechanics than what Steel City has. Yeah, you have better graphics, but to me, the graphics is better in the um the betas, the two betas we got. I call them alphas, but the two betas we got, they seem better to me. The graphics, the movement, the mechanics were better. They just needed tweaks. And it seemed like Ash got to put his foot down. Exactly. He really does. And he's like, he on every interview he does, it's like he's on repeat mode. It's like he's keep repeating. Come on, man. Ash, stop, man. Because you got to say different words. Stop repeating. It's like you have a script or you're a clone repeating stuff. Like your hard drive is messed up. Come on now. Ash got to put his foot down, get back to what they showed with the Wilder Fury footage. Exactly. And and to me, the David Adelaide and I forget his name, but they gotta that footage looked good. If anybody's seen the Beast recent video, he was basically saying what I always be saying. That was the better footage, the better boxing mechanics in them games. Let me see, 3 years ago. I feel like Overhand and Dragon might surpass them. Yeah, but my thing is overhand boxing, they gotta speed up their process. To me, they need to overhand boxing needs to do a Kickstarter. Do a Kickstarter overhand boxing because fans will definitely support the game. Now, if Undisputed would have did it, excuse me, if Undisputed would have done it like that with a Kickstarter, fans would have kind of been more understanding because they put money into the game. They willingly gave money. But to me, overhand boxing has a they have a great chance of being a great game, but they gotta get the money so they can get more people helping them develop the game. Because I think two or three people helping them with the game, that's not gonna do it. And peace out to Love C Shorty. Love C Shorty one developer, and he can't make the game that he wants. A lot of people get mad at him, but he's one person. And his ideal goal is to hire people that could help him make better graphics. Love C Shorty is a coder. He's not a graphic guy. So the more money he has, the more people he can hire. But he has a passion to keep going with what he has. And a lot of people don't see that. Because I've seen people buy games that's really generic and they support it. How's it going? It's mega. Salute. Yeah, it does seem like Ash be reading the script. I'm like, Dad, I'm like, come on, Ash. It's like when you say something, you sound like you saying the same thing, like you remember a script. Because when I used to be helping EA, Brian Brizzle Hayes, he never said the same thing. That's why that was my guy. Brian Brizzle Hayes, even though he and to the people that don't really know, behind the scenes, Brizzle never disagreed my passion for a realistic boxing game. He wanted Fight Night to be a realistic game, but the powers that be, they wanted it to be a hybrid. It had nothing to do with him as a developer, as a head developer. He could give little ideas and stuff, but the main thing is the head developers. That's why when you hear Will Kinsler, Raxzilla say that realism don't sell, and he keeps saying it's authentic stuff, that's EA talking. That's his EA experience. How can you say realism don't sell when no company ever made a realistic game? And a lot of people argue with me, oh, Fight Night Champion was real. Oh, this Fight Night was real. And this Knockout Kings, no, they were not. They were hybrid games. None of them games. The developers will tell you that Fight Night Champion was not a realistic game. I've had interviews with as a community leader and me doing my things on the side. I had interviews with the developers when I had my podcast. I had two podcasts back in the day. One with PR guy, and I had one with Indigo 72, my partner Anthony. These guys, they gotta follow what the head people say. And I remember when I talked to Ash, when we had a Zoom call, Ash, his first thing he said to me, I don't want investors because they're gonna change my ideas or what I want. But he said, even if he said, and he sounded gangster. And I'm like, yo, I said, I like that. He said, even if I get investors, I'm sticking to what I want. I want a realistic boxing game. He said he wanted Undisputed and stop thinking about what NBA 2K is now. He said he wanted Undisputed to be the NBA 2K of boxing. He basically talking about with the presentation and the realistic things that NBA 2K had at the time. He's not talking about the microtransactions. And then this is what I tell people. A boxing game has more reason to have microtransactions because that's the only way we're going to get boxers. And then a lot of people be like, hold up. They sold 80 million. They got 80 million in their pocket from the game. You got investors. We don't know how much the investors invested that they're going to, they promised the investors back. Then you got boxers that they promise percentages and, royalties. Then you got to think about the payroll, especially if they want to expand the team. That money goes fast. You got a team. So my thing is, they wanted the game to be the 2K of NBA 2K of boxing, but it's like Will went and changed all that. It's not even the what's the arcade basketball? The most arcadey basketball you can have. That's what this game ended up being. It's crazy. Oh, you said, wow, I haven't heard these names in years. Yeah, I was deep in with EA. I was talking to people that was on the team late into the nighttime. That's why people be like thinking that I'm acting or pretending to be a person that I'm not. No, I'm not saying that I was literally sitting in the office with the developers. No, but I know a lot of the team. I know many of the people that work there. It's one of the female, I forget what her name is now, but I used to talk to her every night. I was going to school. I went back to school to get my degree. Well, not degree, my diploma. And I used to talk to her, and she used to help me with my math and stuff. So I had a relationship with some of the team. I think she was the not the PR guy, but she was doing a lot of their paperwork and stuff. I used to talk to her late at night. Sometimes I was talking to Brian Hayes late at night. That's how long. That's how much passion. Brizzo had passion for boxing, but his passion didn't surpass the people around him. They already had that mentality. It has to be a hybrid game. Yeah, NBA Jam. Thanks. Yeah, that was the Ash from 4 years ago. I believe that Undisputed can get there, but it's going to take about four more patches and a lot more mechanics before it reaches its full potential. Exactly. And that's my thing. That's why I didn't rush out to buy the game. People like, Poe, why are you talking about Undisputed and you didn't even play or buy the game? Because I could watch videos and see other people debate. I mean, other people talk about the game. Because I'm not going to play a game and get frustrated that I bought the game and the game is not what I expected. I already knew what the game was going to be. I already knew what it was. I already got Undisputed on PC for free. They gave it to me. But their thing was, by them giving me the game, they thought I was going to bow down or not say certain things. No, if anybody ever knew me, I'm always honest about things, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say. They could have gave me $1,000,000 and say, Paul, long as you don't say nothing, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna still say, if I don't like something, I do not like it. I'm not gonna pretend. Yeah, I remember you on the EA forums. I remember when Brizzo was on the podcast with y'all. Yeah, yeah. I interviewed Brizzo, Eddie Chambers. I interviewed Jeff Mayweather. We was interviewing a lot of people. Yeah, so I was interviewing a lot of people, and I was that right there was a lot. And I don't know if I told y'all the story about when I got Eddie no, not Eddie Cunningham to come into the EA forums. He was there. He wanted to be in the game, and EA I mean the fans pushed him out because some of them was so casual they was pushing them out. Or their thing is this is what people be bugging me out about. They they find somebody that's had the high status and they try to attack them. That's why a lot of boxers they used to come in the forum and they didn't say anything because fans always try to attack the boxers, and that's the craziest thing in the world. And I get that. People be trying to attack me because of my knowledge of me even having a boxing background. They say, "Oh, you got a boxing background? Here come the attacks." Yeah, yeah. I'm like really upset, man, because it for me actually hearing promises. When you hear people promise the community what kind of game they're gonna have, and then another person come in and they change that. Because it seemed like Ash was like steadfast on what kind of game he wanted. It's like he wanted a certain game, And he's like, when he was telling me, I was like, we finally got it. I was happy. I was like a little kid walking through the house. I was like, yo, finally. And then rats came into place. Will Kinsler came in there. And I'm not going to basically blame it too much on Will at this point because it's Ash game. He's the owner. But what other things do you feel that Undisputed could do to make you like the game or bring fans back to the game? A lot of people keep saying add more boxers. Why? Why add more boxers? People keep saying, oh, we want more boxers. The boxers that they have in the game, they're not too unique. Let them, this is my thing, let them get the base game fixed. Stop just keep asking for them to pile more crap onto what they already have. More boxes, more boxes. That ain't gonna make the game better. That's not gonna bring fans back to the game. All they're gonna say is, oh, they got more boxes? All right. What else did they fix? Exactly. That's man. It's so many things that I could touch on. It's like so many things that I'm like, yo, it's like annoying. Like the career mode itself, when they made when they was talking about the career mode, I was like, yo, to the moon. I was like, yo, this is gonna be great. But the career mode it has the guts to be good, but it's not that deep like it should be. And we were promised before they released the game to consoles. I don't know if they got amateur mode because I don't have the game, but we was promised to have a fleshed out amateur pro career. Can anybody tell me if we have amateur mode in Undisputed? Yeah, it's like it's real watered down. And yo, this is what give me a second because I want y'all to check out my blog. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, check out my blog when you get a chance and share it on your Twitter and your social medias. You know, yeah, share it and tag Undisputed in it because I have a lot of I'm a wish list guy. I got ideas for days, but I'm always creating ideas that can make the game better. Cause I remember I know I probably told this story before. I remember when I was talking to a couple of developers years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. No, it's before Undisputed was on the scene. I was talking to them, and they was like ready to make a game, but they said it's funding. And then I was telling them how you could get funds because when I was helping round for round, which made me extremely mad because round for round could have been a bad game. I mean, not bad, like bad being bad, but it could have been a great game. Undisputed, I helped them get people that was going to sponsor the game. And this is what I was trying to tell. I used to indirectly tell Ash and them that they can get sponsors with sponsors, a lot of sponsors they don't expect money for you. They want probably a little advertisement or something like that, but they don't want money from you. Because it was I had major people wanted to invest in round for round. And what happened was round for round, the whole time I was with them, I thought they had a game model. They never had a game model. All round for round was an idea. And he kept putting out assets. Round for round was never an a fully fleshed out game. Not even it's not about it being a fleshed out game. It's about having a game model. They could have had the way overhand boxing is. If they would have had that, they would have had investors and sponsors. But round for round didn't have that. And I was supporting that until I said, hold up. Nah, I'm gone. So I called myself leaving round for round and going to Undisputed. The Undisputed, I guess the developers see how passionate I could be about boxing games. The developers say they didn't want me on the team. Basically, that's what they were saying. But Ash was saying, well, I'm going to put you in the game, which he hasn't done yet. He put every content creator in the game, but he didn't put me in the game. I don't care about that. That's neither here or there because I don't care about that because I can create myself in the game. I just want a realistic boxing game. I'll trade the diagonal, excuse me, I will trade my diagonal dodge in favor of a true parry system and long guard defense. Yeah, that diagonal dodge is crazy. It's like you on a board. Zoom real quick. It's like the Matrix. It look like the Joker doing a Matrix move. Yo, what type of craziness is there? Whoever made that idea should be fired. For real, they should be fired. That diagonal dodge is super arcadey. I don't even think Victorious Boxer had that diagonal dodge that messed up. It makes no sense. Yeah, it's like it can be spammed, and I don't think it takes any stamina. Yeah, it doesn't fit in the game. My thing is, why doesn't the game look? I'm like, what happened with the beta when the guy was slipping, barely moving? He like moving away from jabs and stuff like that. What happened to that game? It's like one of the developers got in an argument with Ash, and he said, "All right, I'm taking all my stuff. Y'all want the arcade stuff? I'm taking all my stuff." Because talking to Ash and doing Intel, they started over 2 or 3 times. But I'm like, you started over 2 or 3 times. Why? What happened? It's crazy. It makes no sense whatsoever for them to have the game in the state that it is, and they keep blaming it on this is our first game. All right, this let's say this is your first game, but you have experience. That's like me, being that I know how to cook and bake. I opened up my first restaurant, and I hire experienced chefs and bakers. Is my restaurant going to fail? No, because I have experience cooks, and bakers. Yeah, y'all, you are a new team, but you have experienced devs. And I did the research. The team has a little over 70 people on the team. And when I was talking to someone, it takes 70 devs. Like, say, if you look at my wish list on my blog, it would take 70 to 90 devs. Not what, when as they call the whole team devs. So that means they say they got 70 devs. They probably have 50 devs. Because 70 devs could be the Q&A guys, the people like Boxing Fanatical and Jay Shep, people like Will Kinson, which he's not developing the game. He's not a hands-on guy. And my thing with the when they keep using the excuse because they using mind games on people. I'm a grown up, Ash. I'm a grown up, Rats. Y'all keep using y'all saying things, but my grown up mind is looking at things differently. With sports games, you have an adult fan base. Do your research. The demographic for sports games are grown ups, 18 and older, and it doesn't cut off. You have one of your game players, call herself Gaming Granny. She's 65. Stop with the nonsense. If you're trying to make a game that's going to grab boxing fans, you got to make it what it is. And to me, when people be saying you got to make the game for everybody, that's what options for. And then when you say, but still, it should be hybrid. No, the default should be a realistic boxing game. And then to me, when I think about casual fans or someone like that, they want a challenge. A realistic game is challenging. So what are these, so-called developers saying? What are some of these fans? Because a lot of these fans, they're repeating what the developers want them to repeat. I'm not going to repeat it because I do my research and like I used to challenge EA all the time. It's things that was in Fight Night Champion and in Fight Night Round 4 that wouldn't have been in Fight Night Round 4 or Fight Night Champion if it wasn't for me challenging them. Literally. I challenged a lot of things. Like I remember when they took out the buttons. When I went to the Fight Night Round 4 community event, they didn't have buttons in the game. And I said, yo, fans are going to push back on this. They said, nah, they'll get used to it. They will have no choice. I said, fans are going to push back on this. I'm in the community. Y'all developing the game. And lo and behold, when they released the game, the sales went down. Nobody wanted that game. Fans want options. I think, I hear a lot of players say, well, let them get used to the sticks and stuff like that. No, why can't people have options? It's just like when I see people box, they want you to box a certain way. Why? I'm hearing certain people like, oh, he's fighting this way. Why is he fighting that way? That's how he wants to fight. It's up to you with the mechanics. If the mechanics in the game was right, no matter what a person does, you should be able to disrupt what they're doing. If a boxer coming out blazing with throwing punches, slugging and everything, but you're boxing and holding your defense up and everything, you good. Stop asking them to dumb certain things down that in real life can be done. That's the main thing with any game. They need toggle options no matter what. Exactly. That's what I keep saying. But you got these so-called gamers, they want it to be one thing and that's it. But as a business, you don't take away options. You give options. Me as a person that, when I was making cheesecakes more often, people used to tell me I should have alcoholic versions of my cheesecakes. And I was like, nah, I'll give them something close to it, but I'm not. But you got to give options. If I had somebody that was working with me, which I don't like people that have my recipe, but somebody working with me, I probably would have options. But as a gaming company, if you want your game to sell well, have options. Your base game can always be what it is. But the option part, let me see what you're saying. Smooth Realism said, Fanatical probably sounds like this. Hey, Ash, can you put the Victorious Boxing movie Undisputed? I heard that before. I heard somebody say that. That's fun. I think they released Undisputed in the state that it is on purpose to appeal to the Rocky watching casuals and watch and wait until December to fix it so they can make the holiday money. I think so too. I think I hope that's what it is. They made the game a certain way so they can have that aha moment. So they could be like, see, we gave you arcade. Now we're gonna give you the realism. That's what I'm hoping for. But then that's me just wishing because for one, you should have had the referee in the ring and other things that's missing that's gonna make people like me still say, are they gonna put that in December? Or are we gonna have to wait longer? Because there's a lot of things that older games have that Undisputed doesn't have. And it's no excuse because those were older games when companies were first making games. So they keep using excuses. I'm just wondering like what December is going to bring. It's like because that's a long wait because even if they release the update in the next 2 weeks, they're going to lose. I think half of their players. They're going to lose half of their players because they waited. That's if you would have told fans that Undisputed when it came on consoles was going to be an early access, that would have been one thing. But the thing is, they didn't want to say it's going to be an early access in for consoles because they feel like if we tell them it's going to be early access on consoles, we got to knock the price down. We got to make the game cheaper. And they didn't want to do that. And I found out that, because I was wondering why Ash Habib doesn't have Turkey Al Sheikh funding the game. And I heard that he don't want Turkey Al Sheikh to fund the game because he don't want to give Turkey Al Sheikh power over his game. He don't want him to make it seem like it's his game. Ash, this is not your game. It's Will's game. It's Raxzilla game. I prefer Turkey Al Sheikh with endless money funding this game, giving you a bigger team, and making things that y'all keep saying can't be done. Look at my site that I posted, and you can see because I did my research. There are things that they can use to make this game better. And I think with them, they can't do it. They feel like they can't do it with Unity, and that's why they're trying to use Unreal now. And now they say, well, maybe we could put the referee and all the other stuff in. But I've seen people use Unity and have all them other things in it. Let me see. No training mini games, spawn sections, robes, etc. It's so bare bone. Exactly. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Um, the training mini games, it should be an option. But to me, it's like puzzles me because if you look at games like NBA 2K, it takes them like 2 years to add major things. I mean, not it takes them 2 years to add things, and they make a better game half of the time. Or EA, they make a better game than that the actual time. So you say, let's say EA dropped the game 2 years ago. Then they about to drop another game. It's a lot of time it may look way better. So my point is I'm making is it's been 5 years. Like 2 years, you should have made a game. So that 3 extra years, you should have been polishing the game. But it seemed like after that 2 years, everything went downhill. I think there supposed to have been some type of mechanic put in play in the game. Well, like adrenaline rush. Like if you're losing and this is something I forgot about the game. Because if you stun a person, that person still should be dangerous. And a lot of people don't saying no, that's not realistic. Yes, it is. You are more dangerous hurt than you are as yourself because you're in survival mode. Everybody doesn't run when they're hurt. A lot of people when they're hurt, they're just as deadly as they were before they got hurt. Because I seen a picture. Who was that fighting? David Adelaide and Arthur. They were fighting, and he went in to get Adelaide while he was hurt, and he got caught with an uppercut. That's realistic. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, where's the people? It's like, I mean, I heard they pushed the boxers out the studio. Like with 2K, they have basketball players on the staff. And I'm hearing people saying they don't need boxers in the studio. Why don't they? So you mean to tell me the developers do what they want, or the the boxers consultants or historians, they give feedback after the developer does something? And half of the time, the developers might not want to put it back in. I mean, put what the boxer says in the game. And my thing with Roy Jones is he shouldn't have did his motion caption. Or this is what will happen. He should have did his motion caption, but he should have let them study his videos. Because if you look at Roy Jones in the game, even though he did his motion caption, it looked like old Roy Jones. Roy Jones should be adamant about, yeah, you want to make sure your character is represented accurately, but it's the old version of you. You got to be adamant to the developers. All right, now speed this up, or change the animations on that. You got to be vocal. Like boxing, boxers, they're not outspoken like other athletes are with their sport. Basketball players, they're very outspoken when NBA 2K is being made. Football players, they're very outspoken. Boxers, they're not outspoken. I hear boxers talk more about them being in the game than actual being represented in the game. Let me see what this is. Why would you not, A Smooth said, why would you not need an actual coach or boxer to help out with the development? And I don't like how they restrict Roy with his mocap. Exactly. That's one of the things I said, because a lot of people get mad at me, when I say certain things. Yeah, I'm not a top-notch boxer or famous person, but I have boxed. I have did what would you call it? Sports therapy. And it was a doctor. How many years ago was that when I got injured? I say about 30 years ago. Not even 30 years, maybe about 30 years ago. I ripped my shoulder. I ripped my shoulder out the socket. And so I was going through rehab, and they had me doing motion caps. That's how they was testing to see how strong my punches was, how accurate it was. And my brother was very intelligent, a great trainer, great trainer. He was so good that Shannon Briggs used to come to our gym, and he used to watch him. He had Shannon Briggs had respect for my team that we had at the time. You know, if you talk to Shannon Briggs, because a lot of people are like, oh, Poe just talking. Ask Shannon Briggs, do you know Joe and Big Man? Just say that. And he'll say, oh, yeah, I know them. Hillside. But I'm not from Hillside, I'm from North. But listen, yeah, I was doing motion caption, and it was my brother was like, hold up. Because the guy was making me stop my punches right here. But my brother was saying, no, how's you gonna see the full motion if I'm stopping this punch? So what my brother did was he let my punches ride back, like let me extend my punch. That's what I was saying how Still Steady should have been doing with their motion caption. Because I watched them do their videos and they're stopping the punches. So the punches, that's how the punches look in the game. It's like you stopping the punches. It's not no follow through. Some of the boxers do the follow through, but the punch is not going follow through. And sometimes some of the punches not looking straight. They're not looking like straight punches. Some of them up here. That's crazy. Punches just look weird. Some of the punches not turning over. Larry Holmes don't just throw a punch like that. That's what I'm saying. What research are you doing when you making this game? Because, yeah, you could do the motion capture, but you still should look at film and say, oh, we got to tweak that. I'm not just talking. People are like, oh, Poe don't know what he's talking about. I'm an old head. Been gaming for a while. And my thing is, I'm not like other gamers that just accept things. I do research and try to get as much information as I can. And you could do the same thing. Go to LinkedIn. There are many developers there. Talk to them. I talk to developers from BioWare, EA. It's just a lot of developers I could talk to. I have access to. I talk to these guys. Some of them feel like, is I give him this information, is he gonna go back and use it against me? No, I'm not giving names. Because I'm not trying to put you, because you're giving me information that I could put back out there, but I don't have to attach your name to it.
Dartmouth Angelo. I was watching some old Soviet boxing, and it really shows how bad punches like the jab is within the game. Yeah, exactly. The jab look horrible. And I don't see how boxers they accepting that, especially Sean Porter. But Sean Porter, he's not a gamer. Sean Porter thing is, I gotta help this game sell so I could get my funds off of it. But no, man, you gotta want this game to be the best that it is. You gotta hope it be better. Cause this thing is, it's a boxing game. To him, it's like it can't get no better. He probably never played a NBA 2K game. Probably never played them games. He probably never played these sports games. Or if he did, he played it years ago and really don't care for gaming at all. But you gotta sometimes the developers gotta take the but they don't have them kind of develop. But the developers gotta be like, all right, let me do my research. Brillo used to do research. I used to be hitting this joke up with so much information. And Brizzle said, I got that video. And I was like, no, you don't. And he showed me. Brizzle used to show me some of his files that he had, not actual, stuff that'll get him in trouble. But he used to show me things like, yo, I've been doing my research, but certain things he couldn't do because of the investors and the company. And his thing was, but if you have a voice and you get other people to back your voice, we can do it. And he see how I was getting, and then EA was seeing I was getting. They got rid of me one time. Oh, Poe, you said too much. You supposed to be down with us. They got rid of me, but the forums they protested and made EA bring me back. That's why I get mad at the Discord, because y'all want the game that y'all want, because for one, why didn't y'all speak up for me when they got rid of me? They got rid of me for stupid stuff. When I see worse, their thing and some of the moderators on the Discord, they were saying I'm trying to influence people thoughts on the Discord. Hold up, isn't this a realistic game? Why are you talking to me in my messages? Talk to me about that in the what's called. Let the people make their own decisions. You trying to ban me for having my ideas? You making people feel uncomfortable. Well, for one, a realistic game? Come on, man. For one, the guys on the Discord, they're fighting game fans, Tekken fighters, Mortal Kombat fighters. They like literally that's what they do. So why are you over fans that supposed to be wanting a realistic boxing game? That makes no sense. Let me see what you're saying. Shane Mosley is really good at imitating other boxers' style. Not his fights, but in training he does. Yeah, there's other guys on what's called on YouTube. There's this other guy. He was imitating a lot of boxers. And my thing, I was getting mad at David Hay. David Hay and Lennox Lewis, they were pushing back against Undisputed in the beginning because their thing is, nah, we want EA to make a game. But I'm like, why are you pushing for EA? It should be, you should be happy as many as many companies as possible making a game. I like I tell when I was helping Undisputed get boxers, I literally was helping them get boxers. Clarissa Shields, she was gonna be around for round. Got mad people that it's a lot of guys that I had, and I was like, yo, they should be in all games. It shouldn't be no exclusive jump. I was never that person. And it bothers me that, boxers not being more vocal. Put all of your ideas or too not, I don't know why anyone would be going against you when they want a symbiotic game. Exactly. It's like people just, hold on, let me see. Yeah, man, it's like if you tell the truth and don't kiss butt all the time, you get stunned. I mean, shunned. Did I hear a fire alarm made me jump? No, but yeah, but I'm like this. The for me, by you trying to weed out the boxing fans, so the more casual fans being there, the fighting game fans being there, it's bad. Because to me, when you want this game to have support, it's gonna be the hardcore fans. When you want people to buy the DLC, it's the hardcore fans. Because I keep hearing people saying, why is this person in the game? Why is that person not in the game? I mean, no, they're talking about all the people that's in the game. They're saying, why are they in the game? As a boxing fan, that should be the least thing that you worry about. They're putting boxers in the game. It makes the career mode not be boring. You can actually see people that are real life people in your career mode. Like people say, oh, he's not really a major boxer, but he's a boxer in a boxing game. Why not have as many boxers as possible? They could not guarantee to have Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson. I know people are talking about Mike Tyson might be in the game, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general. Why they don't have people like Lennox Lewis and stuff like that. And I think Lennox Lewis still holding out for EA. And my thing is, come on, Lennox. It makes no sense for you not to be in the game. You should be able to be in as many games as possible. Tyson Fury, he's in as many games as possible. I'm like, why isn't Ash or um Ash using Turkey Al Sheik to his advantage to get people like Inoue, Pacquiao, people like that. You could use you friends with Turkey Al Sheik, even though he's not funding the game, but you're friends because he had you at every event. He's helping you promote the game. And my thing is, I should just fall back and let Turkey Al Sheik um, fund this game. Because what EA is going to do is, oh, he's not funding them? We love money. And we ain't got to spend no money. Let's let them fund the game. That's what EA is going to do. EA ain't going to use Turkey Al Sheik to their advantage. I know one thing, my comment during early access is like fine wine. Now all of a sudden it's acceptable to critique this game. Yeah, that is crazy. They like really didn't want anybody to critique the game. They didn't want you to say anything negative about the game. And I was holding off for a while. They want the game to be accessible. At the same time, Ash had interviewing say he wanted his game to be like Dark Souls, and at the moment, it's far from that to be considered in that realm. Yeah, that's a crazy comparison. I'm like, yo, using Dark Souls as a comparison for a sports game? Come on, man. That makes no sense. That really makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, and that promotion, the promotion is crazy because for one, why don't you give boxers that's in the game patches to put on their shorts? Every once in a blue moon, I see a boxer doing it on their own, but get them patches to promote the game. Um, it's like Turkey Al Sheik only promoted when it has something to do with his shows. But my thing is, if whoever you have in your game, this what I'm see. They don't know how to do advertisement correctly. To me, to me, to me, like with each each develop, I mean, each content creator or person in each state, when they have boxing shows, like the amateur boxing shows and stuff, get them about 100 shirts, t-shirts with Undisputed on it. Get them flyers or something to hand out to the people at these boxing matches. I'm like, every boxing match, y'all not giving out stuff, giving merch. What kind of see? I should be the head of marketing. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? And my thing is, to me, the more you put your game out there, the more you're gonna have to do. They're not true boxing fans. He keeps saying that. See, Ash thing was, and this is his saying he always said. Oh, thank Dark Moon Angelo for coming through. But this is Ash thing is a boxing game made by boxing fans for boxing fans. That's a lie, man. It sounds good. It sounds good on paper, but that's not true. Smooth realism. They're not true boxing fans. They just enjoy old boxing games, and out of ego, they wanted to make the best boxing game. Exactly, and it's not even the best boxing game. The worst Knockout Kings and Fight Night game is better than this game. I'm not talking graphically and all the other stuff. I'm just saying it has more attention and more respect than this game. Yeah, it's like Dark Souls. Pro 617 said, yeah, it's like Dark Souls. You have to lose over and over to PowerPoint spammers and all of the different types of exploits in the game as you desperately search in vain for a realistic match. That's crazy. A Smooth said, that would have been a good position for you, and you could have made streams like this as well. Yeah, they'd have been more fleshed out. They've been more fleshed out, and I'm more real. I'm more real about it. You know, the team could be telling me one thing, but if it doesn't align with the community or being realistic, I'm gonna say it. You might hear people in the background saying, "Shh, don't say that. Don't say that, Poe. Don't say that." No, I'm gonna tell the truth. Yeah, it's about truth with me. I can't. No, I can't. See, I was in the when I was in the Discord when they had a little area for the content creators. And I'm in there talking junk, posting my videos in there. And I was like, I guess stuff like that was making them upset because, I'm not liking the game in the state it was. And they kept trying to tell me like I'm a little kid, oh, it's going to get better. They perfected the graphics, but fell in a lot of other things. No, they didn't. The graphics looked better in the betas. The graphics. The graphics and mechanics looked better in the betas we had. It's like the graphics are almost cartoony. Like it's not realistic looking. The graphics don't look that well for a game to be in this decade. The game doesn't look that well. Look at old videos. I wish I could go to the video that the Beast put up, but I don't want to mess up my stream. Yeah, but it's crazy that they're not taking advantage of people wanting a boxing game the way they should. No, they're taking advantage of it. You know what they're doing? People want a boxing game so bad, they're going to purchase this game. That's what they were depending on. And that's exactly what happened. They made over $80 million off of Undisputed. That right there should make people like, wow. After the beta, they kept nerfing head movement more and more until yeah, exactly. Exactly. And my main thing, that I've been, pushing hard, very hard, tendencies. And a lot of people keep saying tendencies is for offline, modes. It is and it isn't, because if you got tendencies for boxers in general, it's going to transcend between every mode. Now the tweaking, that's the part when I hear people should get worried about. That's why I'm like, offline and online modes should be separate. There shouldn't be it's one setting for both modes. No. Offline should have things that offline and online should have different modes for each other. And we shouldn't be stuck to that. Where the 80 million being used at though? I don't see, me neither. All I see is them when I look on their LinkedIn, I see two people that they're trying to hire. And to me, that's crazy. You should be hiring like at least 10 more people. You got $80 million. $80 million. Let me see these two people that they trying to hire. Let me look at it again. I'm gonna tell you. It's like really funny to me. Let me see, LinkedIn. Yeah, it's crazy that they're hiring. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. All right. They're hiring a senior game designer and a Q&A manager. They need a Q&A manager because the Q&A testers are horrible. They should be boxing fans. But the senior game designer, he has to have Unreal experience, years of Unreal experience. So that shows that they're moving towards Unreal Engine, which is going to take months if they don't have a team that's experienced with Unreal Engine in general. Their original coder, Aimbot, he's not, unless he's been going to school behind the scenes for Unreal Engine, he's only good at Unity. That's why the game was done in Unity. Exactly. That's what I always was saying about when Unreal, excuse me, with Undisputed. Tendencies in NBA 2K and Madden offline and online, there's no excuse. That is Undisputed. Exactly. And then the guy that's doing the AI, he deceived me because he was telling me, because he the only one that like see my vision, and but he had to follow what they was telling him. But I was telling him, I said, no, we need online and offline and online sliders. Say online you can lock them. Offline, we should be able to be free to do whatever we want. Offline mode should be a free fall. Whatever you want to do offline, you should be able to do. Even in career mode. That's another thing I want to talk about. In career mode, you have talented boxers that were strong already. You shouldn't have a 50 or 60 or 70 as an amateur when you came into the pros as a star. That don't make no sense. So your career mode is flawed. Or it's not the career mode is flawed, it's the way you put it together. There are people that were talented before they turned pro. Let me see. For them to turn for the whole game over, Unreal is going to take at least 1 or 2 years. Yeah, unless it depends how big the team is too. And I don't think they're gonna hire a big team to do the Unreal Engine. That they're gonna hire that one guy that they just hired, and I guess they got like 3 other people that knew Unity and they know Unreal. So that means the game gonna take forever. And my thing is, how are you gonna port the game while you're still supporting the game? That's right there gonna be crazy. The mayor in Still City ain't fixing the roads. The budget probably going to fast girls and cocaine. Oh, sweat. A shout out. But you try to say homeboy got that Al Pacino look. That that's crazy. Let me stop. Okay. Unreal Engine is a mess too. Nah, Unreal Engine fits what they're trying to accomplish better than Unity. Unity, especially Unreal Engine 5, you gotta have a 40D to run PlayStation 3 looking games. Yeah, I think the game cooked too myself. I feel bad because they waiting too long and they should have kept. I'm like, who keep making? They keep changing decisions because it wouldn't have been if they would have told PlayStation and Xbox we want our game to be a live service game. They would have been able to update the game more fast, more quickly. Yeah, this game is. I can't see them doing too much until at least the middle of next year and next December. But then that's bad because now you like giving EA time. EA, see, you know what's made EA now they're like really like excited about making a boxing game because they're at first they're like, oh, we don't know if we want to spend that money, but now that they see that the money's out there, now they're like, yeah, all right, we about to start working on our game because that thing was let's see what happens with Undisputed. And Undisputed made $80 million, $80 million and more. They got very excited when they seen them numbers. They got very excited. I actually seen people from EA congratulate Ash on LinkedIn. They congratulated the team. I don't know if they like still work there, but it shows if what company you worked for before or still work for. But I seen people congratulate Ash. I'm like, yo, they're like, yeah, thank you for giving us another job giving us a longevity to make something else. That's crazy. It's crazy that they're not taking advantage of the community as far as putting things out that they want. They're not, they keep trying to say we're transparent. You're not transparent. Stop saying you're transparent. It sounds good. You're not transparent. It's like you using transparency as a marketing tool. You're not transparent because for one, we would have knew about the early access for consoles. We were told that referees was going to come when the console version of the game dropped. We were told roles was going to drop when the console version of the game dropped. It's like they just like leaving things out, and that's a decision within the community. Like, well, it's not that important. It is important. People like to be immersed into a game. And if you want to really attract casual fans, you know what attract casual fans? The creation modes. And I gave you over 20 creation type things that will attract fans. Look at my blog. There's so many things that casual fans and hardcore fans will like. And I always say creation modes attract people that don't even like the game at all, the sport or the game at all. That was always a thing. If you look on YouTube or look on the internet, there are people that's not fans of a game, but they just like the creation aspect. They like creating things and putting it out there. If Undisputed don't get it together and EA make a new fight night, it's over with Undisputed. It definitely is. It definitely is. And I was thinking that Undisputed was gonna be the EA killer. I hate to say because I like the game even with the glitches and missing broken mechanics, but Undisputed is going to be fried. Yeah. Can you imagine what Overhand would do with $80 million? Yeah, definitely. Them dudes creating magic on a budget of $5. They ain't even got a studio. They got a studio apartment. They all sleep in. Yo, that's fun. Straight up. I think I seen them doing something in a garage. You right about that though. But that shows dedication. That's the dedication that Ash had at one time. The passion he had. Ash's passion seemed like it went and just left. It's like somebody took the wind from under his wings and he just dropped down to earth. Especially when I heard Ash. I don't know if y'all seen the interview. Who was interviewing him? I think it was Big Cheese. I'm not sure. But Ash, or was it Mike Straw? I forget. But when Ash said the team said that he was crazy and his ideas was too ambitious. And he had to dial back on some of his ideas. Why? Why? Are y'all qualified or aren't y'all qualified to do this? And I talked to a AAA developer. Actually, I spoke to 3 AAA developers, and they said they saw the interview and they said, why? Why did he dial back? He's the owner. They said they wish they had an owner like Ash. So he's too soft. He letting other people puppet his game how it should be. And that's not what fans want. You keep saying you speaking. I mean, you're making a game for fans, but you're not making it for fans. What fan base? Because you keep saying that it's a boxing game for hardcore boxers, fans, and it's going to pull in the casual fans. But you didn't make it like that. Let me see. Can you imagine? Oh, fixing the game. This is what Pete Plo617 said. Fixing the game requires more time and money. Investors got their money. I don't see them putting anywhere near the time and money required to fix the post launch and ruin their return on investments. At this point, Ash could give the investors back their money that they invested. Now it's my game. And because out of that 80 million, he's still gonna have a lot of money left over because of the invest that he pushed the investors out. You don't need them. So you can create the game that you want. Because if you look at this, is my thing. This is another reason why I wanted Turkey Al Sheik in it. Turkey Al Sheik wanted the best game ever, no matter what it took. And I'm like, yo, get Turkey Al Sheik in there. Get him in there. But my thing is, Ash can pay these guys back. Now it's his game. But the thing is, once he pay these guys back, the investors are not the voice that's making everything change and be rushed. You got guys like Will in there, Raxzilla. You got other guys that's in there that's changing his vision. It's his vision. It's not your vision, Will. It's not your vision, Aimbot. And people keep saying, well, the developers should have a say. Yeah, they gotta have a say, but it's still Ash's vision. And y'all took his vision away from him that a lot of people were backing. A lot of people loved this game for what Ash was saying it was going to be. And you still hear Ash say it's a realistic boxing game, and you hear him say certain things. But I'm saying, Ash, you're still saying that, but that's not what this game is. It's really not what this game is. Exactly. You never change your vision for nobody. Exactly. The game is more for casual, if I'm being honest. It is. It's casual heavy. And it's crazy because, and I hate saying it because I feel some type of way. My son, not a boxing fan, disappointed me. But he's not a boxing fan, but he's casual. He'll play Undisputed if you get a chance or something. He's more like he followed the gaming scene. So he'll play Undisputed, and he don't even like Undisputed. And he's casual to sports games like that, even though he's trying to make himself get into it. See, man, Undisputed, y'all messed up because you can make a boxing fan out of a boxing game. That's my quote that I should have patented. But you can make a boxing fan out of a casual fan with a hardcore game. And you know, it's just puzzling because you actually hear boxers. You know, I seen them doing interviews with boxers, and they say, "Yeah, I remember when I was young and I played Punch Out, or I played this game or that game, or the Activision. They play the Activision boxing game. I hear people talk about that. Or you get people like Mike Tyson talking about a boxing game. Mike Tyson really don't care about boxing. Mike Tyson care more about smoking and stuff like that than he do about boxing games. Mike Tyson give you a better conversation about pigeons than he care about a boxing game. Yeah, you can sit him in front of Punch Out or whatever. Tyson doesn't care about that. Hell, they better game should have been the final release because the final release seems to be the beta. They crazy. Yeah, Milton Hill, exactly. It seemed like this is what a beta should have looked like, and the beta is what the game should look like. Because the game looked beautiful, the graphics, the cinematics, everything looked beautiful. And it got people even saying, was that CGI? No, it was actual game. That's what when they invited the content creators to go play the game, that's what they were playing. And it's crazy that, they're giving us like the game what we got now. I'm like, yo, why? Exactly. Knockout Kings won. I remember everybody when I was boxing, everybody on the boxing team, they knew about the Knockout Kings, the Knockout Kings series. That's all we be talking. We had full blown conversations about Knockout Kings. I'd get home from training and just be dead tired because we used to sometimes we train like 2 or 3 hours. That's how much we love training. 2 or 3 hours. And we go home and play the game. Some of us had jobs. Some of us had to go to school. So imagine coming home from work, like let's say you came home like 4 o'clock, you stayed to 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Then you go home and play the game. That's how things was going. It's just crazy. Oh, nobody never told me. Do they have an amateur career mode in Undisputed? Is there amateur mode? I don't have the game. I have it for the PC, but I don't have. My son took his gaming PC, so I can't. I don't know if they got the amateur mode on the PC now. But do they have that in the game too? And this is another conversation I want to have with people because people keep saying the DLC is the only way you're just going to get boxes. I know a lot of people get mad and upset. Oh, why we got to pay for boxes? Because the developers didn't just make up boxes. These are real boxes. And people want to have control over their image and they want to be paid for the image. Everybody says that boxes should do be in the game for free. Some of them are in the game for free, but they will never tell you. But there are boxes that want to get paid for the image, and that was the only way they were able to get them. This is something I know for a fact. I'm not guessing. And people, it just makes me angry that boxers don't speak up more about the game as far as the mechanics and stuff like that. Now, people like Coach Anthony, I think he would have spoke up more for the game. And him and I forget his partner name. I interviewed him before. But Eddie Chambers. Guys like them, they're boxing fans and gamers. I mean, and they're in the boxing world. So they would have made great guys to be in studio to help with the game. Let me see what you said. I agree. Smooth Realism said, I agree, but already put effort into your DLC. The recent one is pathetic. None of them even have new animation. That's the thing right there. I'm glad you brought that up. Animations mean a lot. Animations mean a lot to a game. That's how you're gonna sell it. If you read my blog, which I keep talking about, if you read my blog, I talk about that in my blog. Um, if you want DLC to sell, you gotta give something for free, and you gotta have animations, great animations. Animations you can their thing is, and this is something I said in one of my blogs, is a lot of companies don't give you a good creator mode, because if they give you a good creator mode, you will not buy the DLC. Because this is one thing fans keep saying: we want face scan. And from my conversations with EA developers and with other developers, they will never. They try not to put face scanner. Yeah, 2K put it in, but they won't put it. A game like Knockout Kings or something like that. They're not gonna really give you that, because with Knockout Kings, I mean not knockout. I don't know why I keep saying knockout. With Fight Night, their thing is, if you can make a great boxer, why would you buy DLC? But my thing is, my blog, my thing is, if you make a boxer, because boxers gonna always look better when they're made by the studio, and you're gonna have motion caption, and you got the technology to make all their boxing moves. Now, if you give each boxer's unique boxing move, or put the move sets in there that look like the boxer, or the boxer fight like the boxer, then you want to sell it. Then you can sell the gear. Assets always sell gear, even if a person can create their own gear with different things and stuff, the studio gear is going to always look better, so it's going to sell. That's why studios, they don't give you certain things, because they want their thing to sell. Let me see. Milton Hill said, the messed up part, people on Facebook telling people to buy this game knowing it's not worth $80. And when people like me tell the truth, they get mad and they say it's a skill issue. No, it's no skill issue. The game has nothing in it. The only, if you want to say skill issue, yeah, arcade. If you want to play in an arcadey way, that's the only skill issue that's in there. That's some people are delusional, and they're going to defense mode. Why are you defending Undisputed? At this point, to me, Undisputed, they pushing so many people out. Why should they defend you? It makes no sense for people to get mad because you talking about something you're putting your money in. I could see if they was talking before people actually gave them money. People gave you their money. They can say what they want to say. They're paying customers. I ain't. Let me see. Bryce Embry. I ain't even touched the game since launch. I haven't touched the game since the beta. No, I ain't gonna say that. I played a few games after the beta, but I haven't played it since. Not by design, not because I didn't want to, but I'm pretty sure if I, because my brother, I keep calling my son my brother. If my son didn't take his gaming laptop and his PlayStation 5 when he moved out, I still don't think I would have bought the game. Yeah, let me see. At Milton, yeah, or something stupid like where's the patch and saying, yeah, it's like, is the patch going to fix what we really need fixing? And to me, and I'm gonna keep it a buck and be honest about it. Even if the game fix a lot of things, because they got so much they got to fix, because they're gonna fix like the basic telling things. They're not going to put a referee in the ring. I would be shocked. They're not going to give us rules. I would be shocked if they do. They're not. It's quite a few things they're not going to do that, or they're not going to change. Add things to the career mode, and nobody answered that question that I asked them. Is there amateur mode in career mode? Is there amateur mode? Yeah, that's true. From my understanding, from what I heard, Birdie tell me, you know, I hate to say that, but from what I heard from from insider information, um, it's the patch is looking decent. The game should look decent on the patch. It should look decent. When your first start career, there's like formative fights, but that's it. That's crazy. You serious? Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. Because they made it feel like when they was gonna have a career mode, you was gonna be able to have a flexed out career mode. I mean, amateur career mode leading into the pro. Like you could like literally build up your amateur career, win out accolades, and then you go to career modes, and that transcends into your pro career. They like they like dumbed it down like that for amateur, and I bet you no one's saying anything. That's crazy. And I heard the Olympics wanted to be in the game. I had some like when they first start with the game, I actually talked to somebody that was saying that they talked to the Olympics, or they was talking to organizations, and I don't know how that went. And my thing is, if Undisputed had Turkey, they would have all this stuff. They will have all these different things that are missing, and it's they missing a lot of things that I'm thinking. The more we talk about it and EA see these videos that I'm making and other content creators making, EA is gonna be like, all right, we'll get it. We'll take that bullet and we'll we'll get the Olympics and we'll get this organization and that organization. But my thing is with EA, because EA to me they like kind of sketchy. Like, will they get all the belts? And another thing nobody know talk about, why doesn't Undisputed have the WBA to make the game actually undisputed? Because I know for a fact that the WBA wanted to be a part of Undisputed. I got emails. The guy asked me to talk to Ash for him. Because I told him, I said, I'm not part of the team. He said, well, you post so much, you will think that you're part of the team. I said, no, I'm not part of the team. I said, but I do talk to the owner of that's when I was talking to Ad before Will shut that down. Will shut down my communication with Ash. And that's crazy that somebody could tell you what to do with your game, who you could talk to. Ash, come back. Talk to Paul. Let me see. Me personally, I feel like either 2K or EA Sports need to jump on ship and make a new fight night because money on the table. Yeah, they got to. It's too many companies that I'm tagging them now. I'm tagging them to everything because there's money on the table for a boxing game. Fans want it. And my thing is this their excuse that companies always use. They always use the excuse that boxing not doing too good. What do that got to do with you making a great game? Stop using that excuse. A great game is a great game. Stop using the condition of something. War is not, we're not going through wars, but Call of Duty does good. We're not going through the things that all these games that's doing good. We're not going through a zombie apocalypse, but those games are doing good. What are you talking about? A good game is a good game. They're playing mind games. I'm an adult. We're adults. A lot of us adults. Stop with the kids stuff. You trying to talk to us like we kids and don't understand stuff. Let me see. Yeah. 2K, EA, and Konami. I tagged them into some of my posts. Who else did I tag in? I tag in Take Two, 2K, Sony, PlayStation, Xbox. I hate tagging Xbox in because Xbox they don't try to make it so Xbox and PlayStation have the game. They just want it for themselves. So what's the use of tagging a company that just want the game for themselves? Sony, like a sports game, they're smart enough to know that you can put it on all systems. It makes no sense. Let me see. Yeah, 2K could do a good job, but this is what I'm trying to, because people they keep using like, nah, 2K they made Don King Prize Fighter and it was garbage. Prize Fighter was not made by 2K. 2K published the game. The Prize Fighter, Don King Prize Fighter, was made by Venom Games. Please do your research. It's not a 2K game. Let me see. Milton Hill said, no ref and the KO effect is BS. No matter where you get knocked down at, you end up in the middle of the ring. Yeah, that's crazy right there. That's another thing. That's another one of my biggest gripes is why do they not? Wherever you fall, that's where the count starts. Old games like Victorious Boxes, wherever you fell, that's where the referee start counting. I'm like, yo, why are y'all being so generic? And you would call Victorious Boxer a generic game. It's like, come on now. It's like they doing the least they can do to this game. And it seems like with this bigger budgets, like they're gonna really try to do as least as they can. Missing so much is about. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. It's a lot of companies that can make boxing games. What's this game? They got people always talk about the fighting mechanics in the game, and it's that I forget the game because I don't play it. The people got us out of our hard-earned money because they knew we would buy it being new boxing game. being a new boxing game. We haven't had one for over 15 years. They hit a good lick off us. That's true. That's so true. Yeah, that pro play engine. That's basically what I'm talking about. When I say about getting the boxes movements and stuff, is you don't gotta have the motion caption. Motion caption is a plus, and the developers actually doing animations is a plus. But the pro play engine, the way AI is, see, this is what companies they trying to play is to be dumb. AI, you could do so much with games now. You could it can help you with your dialogue. It can help you with your animations and so much. You still need the actual developer, but it helps you animate stuff. Tendencies, it helps you with so many things. But companies trying to downplay it because if now your expectations is gonna be super high. But AI is so much you could do with video games nowadays. It's not like they keep trying to act like we like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, or more. No, technology has surpassed that. It's just the game companies don't want to do a lot. If you do your research, you will see. Fight Night Round 3 was beautiful. The one with B-Hop on the front cover. You know what made Fight Night Round 3? I like certain things about Fight Night Round 3. It was like the potential was high. I hated the punch freeze, the parry freeze. It was annoying to me. It just it made me actually stop playing the game. I think career mode was a mistake. They should have worried about that after release. Yeah, I think so too. But their thing is that's it's that the career mode itself with a has a fan base, and then it bugs me out that you still, even though you may put career mode out, you still kind of alienated the career mode fans because so many things missing. And it's another thing that bothers me. The creation mode is very limited. I know I talk about this a lot too. The creation mode is so limited because you don't let us make enough boxes. In this day and age, we should actually be able to make unlimited boxers. You know, even if it's not on our hard drive, we have the cloud now. We should be able to download our boxes to the cloud. And my thing is, that's what keep games going. And even with, a lot of times, a lot of them fear making the career mode too good. It's going to deter the people from liking the game. No, it's not going to deter the people. It's going to deter people from buying things in the game. No, that's not true because people know that they got to, certain things they're going to buy, especially the hardcore fans. That was round. Let me see. What was that round? No, that one round two. The free. Oh, you talking about with B-Hop on the cover? If you can't get the gameplay right, you shouldn't be making any kind of career mode. Exactly. But their thing is they're trying to get them fan base. And I keep telling them when it comes to games like sports games, especially when you could create, like when it comes to creation, I take it like, let's take the WWE in general. I'm not gonna say 2K in general. They have a creation fan base by itself. People who don't even buy, who don't even like the game. That right there, that's a fan base that's gonna buy the game. The career mode, that's a fan base. Then you got the people that's super casual that just play, you know, play against other people or just play by themselves. That's what I'm talking about. let me see what. Let's see. Smooth realism. If you can't get gameplay right, you shouldn't be making any kind of career mode. Yeah, that's true. If you can't get that, I'm about to read it again. These resources and time could have had spent on tightening gameplay and getting rid of bugs and such. Facts. They don't need mocap no more. They don't. They really don't. And my thing is, with mocap, it get rid of a lot of stuff. Or they have the technology that you don't have to mocap. You can actually pull stuff from actual footage. So it's no excuse. And then the person that know animation, he could tighten it up more. They need mocap to replace the trash animation. Yeah, but that's what he basically when he said you don't need mocap no more. You don't really need mocap no more. If you play NBA 2K, they actually have that you could take footage from actual game, I mean from film and stuff, and you could develop it from the footage. You like actually could take the movement and stuff and put it in the game and you could tweak it. That's basically what he's saying. And there's technology out there that you could that's different from that, but it's the same. There's no interactivity in career mode. It's basically like a fantasy league. It's from what I'm hearing, career mode is basically a sim sports game. I mean, a sim manager type game, like a management game. And my thing is, I like management games, but fleshed out is how they should the route they should have went. Flesh it out. Nobody don't actually want no, everything is read and stuff like that. No, they want fleshed out things. It's like they went too basic for 5 years. Too basic. It's crazy. 5 years makes no sense. Let me see something. Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Dark Side and the Beast. Ace Moore. I'm giving shout out to all the guys that support me. Or they respect me. A lot of these guys they get mad at me for being as passionate as I am, but why shouldn't I? Other sports games, the fan base is passionate about it. You even got people that play Tekken, Mortal Kombat. They're super passionate. My son played them games. He said they like over the top passionate. So you can't get mad at somebody being passionate about a sport. That's what they call it. A sports fan is short for fanatic. And I'm a fanatic of the sport. I love the sport. You can't get mad at me. When I play NBA 2K, it actually feels like I'm playing basketball with exact play and all their moves. I wish Undisputed could get their 1%, not 50%. Exactly. That's crazy. Exactly. And that's what I thought we was going to get. Especially when I seen the betas, I said, all right, they're on the right track. They're on the right track. I was super excited. I said, yo, we're about to get the game we wanted. And then everything went left. It's like you could tell when somebody left or somebody came on the development team. And they said, nah, let's get rid of that. It's too much. It's never too much when people paying their money. You're acting like you're giving something to a person for free. It's never too much. It's crazy that they like taking stuff from people. Makes no sense whatsoever. I'm trying to get as much as I can in um this video because this is my last video of the year. I'm just because I'm supposed to have been working on my book. Supposed to have been focusing on my book, but I just couldn't let it go that I'ma just like not do a video and just focus on writing a book. I just want to touch on people. Let me see. Dark was a few on Discord agreeing about the issues. He was speaking his mind when everybody else was shilling. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Racks. I think people keep saying don't blame racks and stuff like that, but you can see where the game start changing. And Ash, see, and I blame myself too because Ash, he gave me a lot of respect and he listened to a lot of things I was saying in the beginning. And I was like, well, let me see who I can get on the team that could help him. And being that Brizzo was still working with EA, I didn't reach out to him, which I should have went behind the back and still reached out to him. But I don't know were they able to match his pay grade. But with Will, I thought, man, Will were friends, which nah, wasn't. Cause I was like, cause we talk, but we talk boxing or like even when I was working with helping Round for Round or other games, I was talking to him about them and asking them, little things. And if I didn't agree with him, I just didn't agree with him. I didn't like, say anything. But I was like, Ash, I know somebody from EA. He got some experience with him, and you should hire him. So Ash, he was looking into it. Then he ended up hiring Will. Will reached out to him on his own, but I told Will about it, and I told Ash about it. So I literally put him like on their radar, and they hired him. Now this Joker never talk up for me. So of course I must kick his back in because for one, you never talk up for me. When I was with EA, you was all right. You wasn't even talk. He wasn't even talking up for me when I was with EA. You know who talked up for me? The guy that was over top of him. He's the one that should have been more angry with me or against me than anything. But he was the one that he was he was a manager. He's a community manager. He's over a lot of things, over many of the sites and stuff. So he emailed me and said, Poe, I know you don't like how the game is being made, and I know you're very vocal and stuff like that. And he said, if you want to, because you're the senior moderator, you basically started this forum. I can send an email if you want, if you don't believe me. And he said, you basically started everything and people respect you. And he said, if you want to take time off, I'm okay with it. And he said, let me know. Because I was the head moderator. I was like the senior moderator over all the moderators and everything. And he was like, if you want time off, I take the time, let me know. And my thing was, I told him, no, I don't want time off. My thing was, if you feel uncomfortable with me, get rid of me. But I'm going to keep talking my talk. Yeah, Rax, to me, Rax, he did me dirty. He did me dirty for one. He really didn't talk up for me. And I put your name in people on his. Every company that I talk to always talk about Rax. Every company that I talked to, I talked about Rax. Because I know, because I think he retired from what's that company he was with? Because after EA, he went to another company, the one that does I forget, my mind went blank. But yeah, he went to another company and then he retired. So I was like, yo, Undisputed, they just started and you got boxing knowledge and stuff like that. You should talk to him. He probably erased the message that we had back and forth. Yeah, but it's crazy that guys like Rack and don't speak up for me. Like even some of the devs behind the scene, they talked to me when I was like when EA when I was helping them with EA, even the dev like Brizzo, Mike Mahar, um, Alan Quinto, these guys talk to me. Like, Paul, well, you shouldn't do this, or they agree with me. Not in public, but they agree with me. Because I remember Brother was saying, you're gonna help us get stuff that we want in the game that they won't allow us to put in the game. Because I remember when they first had to create, they did basically what Westcom doing with the created characters. They was gonna give us 25 characters. And I said, yo, why only 25 created characters? He said, because it's going to hurt the game and it's hard to put in and stuff like this. I said, I did the research. You could put more in there. I think they gave us 200 or 100. They gave us more boxes you could put in there. And my thing was, people accept what people say, and it's crazy. Oh, yeah, Brian Mazik, we got history. Brian Mazik, he spoke highly of. He the one, even though Ash did his research on me before, Ash talked to Brian Mazik. I guess Ash wanted Brian Mazik on the team or to help in some aspects. I think Brian Mazik, because I don't really hear him talk highly about this like he talk about other games. I think he's not satisfied with the game. And Brian Mazik, he talked highly about me to Ash. Any company that's making a boxing game, he always talks highly about me. And I'm like, I had mad respect for him because he like, all right, I was talking to this company and I told him about you. And then they'll reach out to me. So he respects me and he talks for me. That's the part that brought me out. Like, yo, if I talk good for you, because I was talking, I was like, yo, Ash, you should bring Brian Mazik on. I was getting him a list of people that I think that should be on the team at the time. I was talking about he letting what's called age out. This guy called Jim Trezon. He's aging out, so he's getting so old because he was waiting in the cut because I was like, yo, they might pull you on because his thing is he's a boxing historian and he knows about making games. Even though the games that he made are tech sim games, he still has the knowledge of boxing. He wrote books. He knows tendencies. He knows ratings. He sent me a book that he wrote. He sent me all these different things. I respect this guy. Him and his brother approached EA decades ago. And EA didn't want him at the time because they said his ideas was too realistic and go against what they wanted to do. But I was like trying to help all these guys, Showbiz, we were beefing for some stupid junk because Showbiz was with the company Hard Knock Nights. And I was like, I didn't see it as you got a game company you with, and I'm with a game company, and we should be beefing. We all should want the best game. And all my thing, like I always said, like I said earlier, is like we shouldn't divide boxes. We should let them be in all games. It's up to us how good our game be, what features, what modes we put in that game. That's my thing, and it just puzzles me that the community is like laid back. They're not as outspoken as they should be. I thought the Discord was gonna blow up more than what it is. Like it seemed like some people just not going to the Discord. It's just puzzling. Yeah, I'm gonna let this go to the three count. I mean the three mark. Then I'm gonna sign off because I'm trying to do a kind of long video and give y'all something to dissect. To dissect. Well, I'm taking my hiatus. Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think is the most important thing that they could add at this moment in December? Because I know you know they're not gonna add a lot of things. A Smooth, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like if the fans be more outspoken, they have no choice but to do certain things. And my thing, be outspoken, even if you think Still City's not going to do some things. Yes, be outspoken even if you think stuff. Because you got to realize EA is watching. This one thing I know too. EA is watching how Undisputed is doing things, and they're going to try to do it better. I don't like Showbiz. I just put up with them because Showbiz is like being real shisty when I try to you know, friend them on certain things. And what makes so bad, the guy that made the Hard Knock Nights, he reached out to both of us. And Showbiz, like, he made sure he pushed me out and stuff. So I really went with round for round, which then I know that was a bad move. So both of the games was bad. But I think with my knowledge of things, I think both games would have been more successful. But round for round, his mindset was a hybrid game, and I kept pushing back. Showbiz act like Steel City hired him. Yeah, yeah. That I don't know who worse. Now, be honest. I don't know who's worse, Hip Hop Gamer or Showbiz. And Hip Hop Gamer could be extreme about stuff. He's like the ultimate salesman. Hip Hop Gamer be like over the top. He had like he just found gold with everything. Yeah, man, Hip Hop Gamer got a lot of history. He's gonna be in the game at some point too because I see that they're doing scans for him. Both equally hyped salesmen. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm laughing at Showbiz because he's like, if you're a boxing fan and you know boxing, you should like this game. Yo, man, I boxed. Not that stuff that you be talking about. I'm not trying to like get at Showbiz, but I'm getting at Showbiz. I box. For one, I got proof. You see, hold up. You see this eye right here? That's from boxing, and the doctor did me dirty, not having enough money. But I boxed. I had a torn retina, and the doctor gave me these drops that messed up my eye. But I boxed, not just amateur. I fought pro. I trained with champions and contenders. I boxed. So all that junk, showbiz talking, and the beast, we disagree on a lot of things. The beast say he boxed and stuff, but I gotta disagree on some of the stuff you say. But everybody has their own opinion about boxing, because every boxing coach don't train the same way. But like I said, yeah, let me see. Showbiz making cherry pick videos and prove that his game is sim. Nah, man. The thing is, if I'm playing, even if I'm playing against a computer, and my thing is with the computer, people keep choosing the wrong thing for the AI. Even the AI guy is choosing the wrong things. Boxers should fight like themselves. And what should make the game more hard is boxers put more pressure on you. They throw the punches a little harder than they usually throw. It should be like almost like a feel like a skill gap, but it's not a gap. Fans be wanting things. Let me see. Offline is more sim, but they need tendencies to run. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, but Showbiz keeps saying, he said, y'all not boxing fans. Nah, come on, man. I understand Showbiz position because it's my position too, but I know you want Undisputed to be successful because they help boxing and they help us get more games. But getting better games or a better game is not going to go nowhere if we're not truthful. Be truthful. I hear jokers that be arguing with people that's just gamers. Be like, there's one guy, I forget his name. He was saying, I'm a casual fan, but no, but you're a casual fan, so you shouldn't have a big say about a realistic game because you saying that you like the game in its current state. That means you really don't care. And then you see you playing all these other games behind it. So that means you're not really a hardcore boxing fan because you playing like 10 other games. You just doing it for content. Do things for content is different from actually liking the game and giving real feedback. Showbiz is A Smooth talking about Showbiz is a comedian, hype man for boxing. He mostly talk about things that sound good to the audience. He does. He does. He backpedals on a lot of things he say to get reactions. I'm like, yo, he's spinning it. That's how he make his money. But he's spinning to a way like I'm like, yo. I say, you yesterday you was talking good about this fighter. Now today you talking bad about him. And then he try to say he unbiased. No, you're not unbiased. I don't care what you say, you're biased. You love Ryan Garcia. No matter what he said or anything, you love Ryan Garcia. He be saying, I'm not a boxer fan, I'm a boxing fan. Nah, man. You can see the boxers that you like. I'm a boxing fan and I know I like certain boxers. Like I tagged Terrence Crawford into a Boots conversation, and I said, I'm a fan of both of y'all, but You know, because people's talking junk about that fight that happened yesterday. And my thing is, Boots for the guy that had 28 and 14 fights twice. Terrence Crawford for Maginoff, whatever however you say his name. He fought him. He had 10 pro fights. And this would always get at people about because they love to defend their mindset. Maginoff was a good amateur. But don't y'all always say amateur and pro are two different things? Make up your mind. Don't pick and choose the person career to benefit your argument. Because when Boots fought this guy, he gave him a hard time. I think the guy could beat anybody else. But they saying, oh, if Boots fight Terrence Crawford, Crawford's going to beat him. He might, but you don't know. But people keep saying they shouldn't fight at all. My thing is Terrence Crawford shouldn't fight Canelo, but people boosting it. I think Canelo should fight Benavidez, but people, nah, they shouldn't fight. So stop with the nonsense. They tested him and it's official, but he was shaming us and calling us names. Hold on, let me see what I'm seeing. He backpedals, but I heard a darn thing about the Olympics, man. What? Who was beating up women? Oh yeah. Then he will do some of those 80s and 90s songs and television shows clips in between his takes that he definitely backpedals a lot. Yeah, he does. They tested him and it's official, but he was shaming us and calling us names. Boost might be able to win. I think Canelo can beat Crawford as well. Toxic positivity is bad. Toxic is bad in general, but not many talk about the positive gaslight. Exactly. 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 You know, I agree with that. Yeah, shout out to JMMA. I know a lot of y'all get mad at him, but he gotta do what he gotta do. Um, whoever want to shout out. Oh, S. V. He hot. Shout out to you. You know, and shout out these guys because they, you know, for one, I got a side group on Twitter. There's a lot of us guys that hang in there. And a lot of them don't support me, even though I support them. Oh, what's up, love? See Shorty in the house. No, I stopped for. I was gonna stop, but I was like, Dad, since I'm not doing a video. I mean, since I'm not gonna do a video for at least 2 months, I gotta put something out to let y'all know, you know, how I feel about the game because I didn't give my feedback about the game after it came out. You know, I was waiting and waiting. Then I said, "No, I gotta put something out." Yeah, I always gave respect to King Juice, but he started beefing with me for being passionate and kept calling me an old head or a gate, trying to be a gatekeeper. I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper. Never try to be a gatekeeper. But I'm gonna speak my speak. I can't bow down to no one. You know, but you know, he was getting mad at me. Then I was heard that King Juice was trying to reach out to me. Yeah, but King Juice, he must have just started doing that. King Juice was beefing with me for being, talking the way I talk. Yeah. Yeah, Jay calls out King. He calls out Still City. So a lot of them call out. It's not a lot of people get mad because the person doesn't call out Still City the way they want them to. A lot of these people, they're content creators, and they want to say their opinion, but they don't want to say it to the part that they're being super negative, and it kicks them out of having access to the game or early access to patches and stuff so they can see what we're going to get, but they still want to say what they feel. My thing is, if they was giving me patches or whatever, they'd have got rid of me the first time because I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, I always respect King Juice because he interviewed me and everything. And then he started that with that gatekeeper stuff and old head stuff, and I'm like, yo, you being serious? Yeah, a lot of people felt like if they was criticizing Steel City, that they were gonna discourage them and make them not want to do the game. Because from my experience, a lot of companies got discouraged. Oh, I'm gonna tell you this is one company that got discouraged. Um, Round for Round got discouraged because of the fans. That discouraged them. But my thing with Round for Round being before I left, they were not. They were still looking for actual developers to make a game. They were actually looking for a developer to make a model for them to present. And I'm like, yo, all you got is an idea. If an idea is a thing, I should be a billionaire by now. And I'm being serious. I should be a billionaire by now. If ideas, all he had was ideas. He was feeding people ideas and assets that literally wasn't in the game because there was no game. I remember I kept reaching out to all these sponsors and stuff because I was thinking he actually had a game. I was reached out to Deer Park. I was reaching out to Fendi, all these clothing designers, all these food companies, McDonald's and stuff like that. I was reaching out to these people, and they was down for it. But their thing was send us your game model for us to support. Because to them, anybody could say they got a game, they put money into it, and there's nothing there, and then they just got scammed out of money. There's a lot of people out there that will sponsor things, but if you got to send them a game model, my thing, that was my thing, doing my footwork and make sure things were what they're supposed to be. But a lot of companies were, companies like Round for Round and stuff, they weren't they was hurting themselves. It was so much money they could have had that they didn't have to look for themselves that would have helped them. Let me see. A Smooth said that's crazy, and yeah, they all got a muzzle on their mouth halfway just to keep their foot in the door halfway. Dev Vlog 20 coming out soon, by the way. Love C Shorty said Dev Vlog 20 coming out soon, by the way. That's that's good money. Love C Shorty. You should do another live at least uh, uh before Thanksgiving or something like that. Live. Let friends. I mean, let fans talk to you, old school style like we used to. Let fans speak to you, and that's another thing with Undisputed that I don't like. Not Undisputed, Still City. They stopped um that Boxing Fanatical from talking to the community. Boxing Fanatical was making videos almost every day. And once Still City got him, he stopped making videos. Now we get a video every once in the blue moon. I used to like how Box Fanatical was, you know, passionate at one time. I'm not saying you're not passionate, but you was speaking more for the community at that time. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Better late than never. My honeymoon phase ended quickly with Undisputed. Yeah, that's true. Hoping to see that ref in the ring soon. Love see first solo dev to have the ref in the ring before a triple A company. Yeah, makes sense. They need to see something to get on board. Love she got up get some of those characters from Bum Simulator and Bloody Knuckles. I remember them streams. That game is wild. Need Bloody Knuckles on consoles soon. Bots Fanatical is used to enjoying watching his Bots Fanatical is used to enjoying watching his videos on the game, but once he got tired, it was over. Now he doesn't look at us the same as the community no more. Yeah, that's true. He's in my he's in my Twitter group and he doesn't directly talk to us. He's just there. I have like three three to four people that work for Undisputed in my Twitter side group. I got JMMA, I got Jag Chef, I have Boxing Fanatical, and that I forgot what. But I have four people in my group, and they like Dark Side. These guys they don't talk nothing about the game whatsoever, or they don't talk really. They don't really talk negative about the game. Dark, I mean, J Shep, he tells you he do videos. J Shep still, I mean, not J Shep, JMMA, he does videos. He talks what you would say negative about the game. Not negative, he's giving his feedback. It's not like fully negative, but he's giving his feedback, which is a great thing. And I wish um, Boxing Fanatical could talk in that capacity. Boxing Fanatical, I used to enjoy watching. Did I read that already? Yeah. You notice when you do see him on an undisputed video, he looks exhausted and miserable, eyes red, and never looks excited no more. It's like Still City took the soul out of his body. Facts. I was saying that. I just seen he just did a video today. I think it's today or yesterday, but he did a video. And I was like, Dad, Fanatical look worn out. He looked worn out. Like, is he okay? Give a hand sign. That's how I be saying with Ash. That's what I think. That's one of the things that got me booted from the Undisputed. No, that didn't get me booted. But people was trying to say when I was saying that the devs had Ash as a hostage, they do have him as a hostage. And so, so to say, because it's his game. He shouldn't have to bow down to the devs. It's his game. He hired them to make the game he wanted. It's not the game that when I hired y'all that y'all wanted. I'll start streaming again one day. See, man, here you go with that one day jump. What you mean one day? Next year? One day this year? Come on, we need a before this year is done. I just don't have time to be because the lack of support forces me to stay away from my desk most of the day. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, but hopefully if you set up your lives so people could send you funds, that'll help because people they might do you like they do with showbiz. Showbiz be getting hundreds, 200. Then you got these mysterious people that be I can't wait till I have mine set up. But these mysterious people that go around and be dropping $1,000 or more on people to support their channels. Yeah, we need one more. Oh yeah, Prioxis. That's my guy. Prioxis is not a boxing like a hardcore boxing fan, but he tries, he pushes, and I respect that. And I respect him, and he respect me. Because my thing is, I used to always get mad when the MMA guys, especially like Martial Man. Because my thing is, Martial Man should not, because he has a huge MMA following, UFC following, and he always try to talk about boxing stuff. And I actually seen Ash add something that he said that's not boxing. Marshall Man tell you he's not a like he's like he wouldn't even consider himself a casual fan of boxing. He said he know a couple of names stylistically or none of that. He's not really familiar with some of these boxers, so he shouldn't really be speaking for the boxing fans. You can't because when he look at a boxing game, to me, he looking at it like a fighting game fan or MMA fan. They're not the same thing. MMA fighters don't really throw their punches the same as boxers. And boxers, and this is what I'm be trying to tell people. Not all boxers throw their jab, right hands, hooks, uppercuts the same way. So stop, keep saying that they do. They don't. Everybody don't even throw their uppercut the same way. If you look at boxers, some boxers throw their punches uniquely or certain ways. Stop getting upset with one thing and talk about the full spectrum of it. Perhaps he doesn't know boxing that well, but even he speaks up facts. No one need one. Oh, you said that. Nah, bro. I streamed 8 months ahead and got 3 super chats. Proxies know what he talks about for the most part, but he just seems like he better than anyone else. Laughing out loud, but I respect it. That's insane, love seat. Nah, next time you stream, you will get 109 support from. I'm gonna make sure of that. Perfect example: Mike Tyson and Ali don't punch the same at all. Exactly. Exactly. See, that's the things people should recognize and know. Not all boxers should. Larry Holmes doesn't see. He's an older person, and he just sees himself in the game. But a gamer and a boxing fan don't just want your name in the game. They want who Larry Holmes is in the game. Larry Holmes don't punch like Larry Holmes in the game. He doesn't move like Larry Holmes in the game. And stop saying, well, the motion caption can't get him correct. Larry Holmes too old. They have technology for these things. Complain about it. They have the technology. We keep saying if you really paid attention to this stream that I'm doing, they have technology for these things. Larry Holmes don't fight like himself at all. It's a lot of fighters that, and they keep saying we can't get all the boxers in the game to fight like themselves. That's what tendencies are for. If you had Tennessee sliders, what you can't do, we can do. If you had Tennessee sliders in the game, you can adjust things later. Or you could just hire one or two people that can do that while y'all still working on the game. They could control the sliders. And you put it out like that for the default. Exactly. They don't have Joe Louis 6-inch punch in the game. So Joe Louis, he fights just good enough. Some fighters just fight good enough. They don't fight like themselves. To me, Lomachenko does not fight like Lomachenko. His movement and his animation and stuff don't look Lomachenko like. That's the stuff I'm talking about. People don't say anything. But as a boxer fan, I supposed to say things. Makes no sense. Fans should like really be outspoken. This is your sport. This is what you like. You should be outspoken about it. Let the developers know. Share this video and share my post, especially for my blog wish list. Yes, share my blog wish list. Let the developers look at it. Not to be but I see why companies don't listen to gamers. I get a community everything they ask for while developing the game live with full transparency and got no support. That's true. A lot of people's trying to make you the villain, Love Seat. It's crazy because if you did a what's they call that, a Kickstarter, they would support you more. But being that you the way you did it, they they got mad at you, which is crazy. Nope, and Roy moving like his arms don't extend fully, and he didn't don't got no bounce. Exactly, that's Roy doing. That's the old Roy doing his movement. That's why I'm like Roy. Roy should have did his movement and let them add animations to it. But their thing was a one and a done. They're not trying to spend no time on the animations. Smooth realism. It's crazy how basic things are missing. It's wild that you can't use the six blocks, no six axis blocking only in one player. Yeah. It's always the devs that make games alone that get the type of results. Shaking my head. That's true. They put see shorty. They put a lot of weight on you because they feel like they put the weight on you like you're a full out fledged team, like undisputed, and they feel like you should be going head to head with undisputed. You're one person. Undisputed has many. Even if they had 4 or 5 people, it's still more people than one person. But people don't get that. Yeah, exactly. Part of that, this is what Smooth Williams said. Part of that has to do with Undisputed stealing your thunder. Stiff competition, regardless of how bad it is. Pretty graphics and licensed boxes. Yeah, true. Actually, yeah, that's somewhat true. Yeah, like people, what's that tactical boxing? But they give a tactical boxing more support than they giving love to see Shorty. I just think they should, people should give love to Shorty, even if they, even the overpriced debacle. I think they still should have, after he lowered it, they should have still supported him. Love Seat is more mechanical than Undisputed, but I guess everyone has their own look for it. Bloody Knuckles. True. True. Yeah, it's like fans like get annoying. If everyone bought the game, I would have made enough money to stay at my desk all day, every day, and get paid designers to make it look pretty. That ain't free. I was saying that earlier in my video. I was saying that too. I was saying that people don't realize you're just a single developer. Now, if you had the money, you would have been able to pay designers and stuff like that. So you got better graphics and better everything. But you know, without funding, you can't make pretty graphics and things that people want. It takes money for all that. I'm glad you're still sticking with it though, regardless of the fact you still stick. A lot of developers, from my experience, have given up, and you still like pushing forward, even though fans not supporting you the way they should. Yeah, because I see like with better graphics and everything, I see top notch game. Because your mindset, because you're putting a lot of things in the game or trying to put a lot of things in the game that fans actually want. And I'm glad you're not quitting. Exactly. It's like, I could see your game being, top tier if you had the funding and stuff that, you know, other companies get or have. And I hate that they didn't bring you on board. Like Steel City didn't bring you on board when you apply, for a position. It's like they fear. I guess they feel that you're outspoken, you talk. They see your videos, you talk, and I feel like they feel that you're gonna try to control the narrative. And my thing is, you should bring on the passionate people. like 2K, they have passionate people in the studio, even though now they're basically like EA because they got people over the top that they loving that microtransaction money that's coming in. But the game itself, you gotta look at that. I want you. Let me see. Yeah, that's true. But like I always say, don't quit, man. Keep going. The light going to come through. If I had the money, I would super support 100. You you've gone a lot further than most people. Keep at it, brother. Smooth realism said that. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I'm like I like get excited when I see you, pushing forward. I like, even on Instagram when I see you do your post, I see it. I say, all right, he's still moving. As long as I see some type of movement, I know you doing your thing. I'm just happy that someone you passionate. A lot of people be like, he ain't that passionate because he all over the place. Nah, I see a lot of things in your game that that I like, and I'm super passionate about wanting a realistic box game. I see a lot of things that I like in your game. Let me see. I can tell Love C Shorty knows boxing and has a passion for it, which is a reason I'm going on. I'm easy on him. Still City, on the other hand, 80 million, and Mugia is in lightweight. What are y'all truly expecting from the December patch? Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. What do you expect? I expect no referee, um, no wardrobe, little tweaks to the jabs. Nothing too like just enough, just enough. I just think they're gonna do just enough to hold people off. Because I don't think the December patch is gonna be that big or epic. But I think what comes after that might be big. But my thing is, if y'all trying to transfer your game over to Unreal while you still supporting this game on Unity, how the heck are you going to do that? That's going to strain your resources, and it's going to your funds. Like you're trying to support two games technically. How's you going to do that? Oh yeah, the sync. Yeah, I wonder how. See, my thing is their internet system. They need a better internet um setup. They gotta hire a better company to do the internet service or whatever, because that is crazy that the sync is like killing the game. And I heard that some companies, even AAA companies, they go through that problem with desync. Yeah, I think so too. They're trying to say this December patch is going to set up for the other patches that come after that. They're basically saying if this patch is rushed and not right, the patches that come after it gonna make it more problems for them or longer for them to put out other patches. All that money and they ain't even got. Yeah, that you say exactly what I'm talking about. All that money and they ain't got y'all dedicated service. Yeah, that's be one of their patches. That should be what they do in December when they need to change over the servers. And I heard that by itself is, I think, what, like about 1 million or so to get a company and people. I'm not sure, but I think it's something like that. If the case take, I mean, if that's the case, take some of that and give it to Floyd Mayweather. Nah, don't give it to Floyd. Because my thing is, if they get Floyd, let's just say the next patch is Floyd in the game. Floyd not gonna fight like Floyd. For one, because they don't have the things implemented in the game. Or the game still is gonna be okay. All that's gonna do is make a couple of, probably they get about 10,000 people or a little more to buy the game or jump back on the game. But adding Floyd into the game, that's a lot of money, especially because since Floyd see that they got 80 million, he gonna say, let me get 20, let me get 10 of that. Now people here, now you got to realize, people that hear Floyd getting a high amount of money, now they're not going to be able to keep the other boxes that they got. Like people like Mike, yeah, like suppose Mike Tyson wants to. Now they're going to have to negotiate millions for Mike Tyson. And millions, you got to realize, once you start negotiating all these millions, that 80 million disappear real quick. And remember, they have over 200 boxers. Over. And many of them boxers, they're paying. They got to pay them. They don't have the catch and shoot and the 6-axis blocking or Philly shell implemented. Yeah, exactly. They don't have these things implemented in the game. So why add a boxer in that don't have the style? There's so many styles, like basic stuff. Like so much missing from this game. Even from me, like looking at it, I don't have the game, but me looking at it seemed bare bone. It basically seemed like the beta to me. Like when I played the beta, it seems bare bone. Floyd won 30 million. I don't think Floyd. See, this the argument that I always have with people. People keep saying Floyd won a lot of money, but I think that was more an EA thing. When he was saying that, because even though Ash saying that it seemed like Ash got a tendency to repeat things over and over and over again without the facts. I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't talk to him. But I don't think Floyd want, the millions like he with EA, because I was there when I was talking to the developers. They told me the situation with Floyd. They told us in that circle that was there when we went to that community event what happened with Floyd. Because they offered him one amount, and then when he found out that they were giving Pacquiao more money than him, and he was the star at that time, he felt some type of way. So his thing was, Floyd gonna be Floyd. Floyd gonna say, no, well, give me 5 million or something like that. Some obnoxious number. So, because he wanted to be above what Pacquiao had, because you devalued me. They even gave Mike Tyson more money than Floyd. So Floyd felt some type of way. And when EA went back to him and they said, oh, that's too much money now. So now that's the big rumor that constantly circulates in the community. Maybe that's what Floyd probably Floyd probably still want that amount of money from any company, or is he still using? I mean, that's the myth of EA. Let me see. As long as they fix that unlimited stamina when power punching, I can make it work from there. But power punch spammers is a big problem in Undisputed. The beta gameplay is better in some ways. Yeah, a lot of ways to me. Meanwhile, I model BKSB after Floyd style. All those things you name are the foundation of BKS Bloody Knuckle Street Boxers. True. Excuse me. I don't you saying as long as they fix that unlimited stamina when power punching, but the thing is, that's not what everybody wants because if they fix that and nothing else, it's gonna be more complaints. They gotta fix way more than just the unlimited stamina. That's the arcade element. Arcade. Yeah, it's crazy. Think I'm gonna end this stream because it's like been 3 hours I've been on. I was trying to make a long stream because um I'm not gonna be on for a while. Let me hold on. Let me see something. Animations, distinct power, punch stamina, and lack of a vulnerability system are the biggest issue. Hold on. All right, here's a good thing. What do you see as a vulnerability system? What is vulnerability to you? Because I see something that's actually vulnerable and people complaining about it. Because a stunned state is a vulnerability. Because if you get stunned, that means you're vulnerable. You feel vulnerable. You should put your hands up. Is the defense there for it? You know, I'm trying to understand what people see as being vulnerable. Respect. I appreciate you, man. H I appreciate you. Yeah. Really appreciate you coming through and supporting, man. Daryl Alexander, I appreciate you coming through. I'm about to sign off because I was on here going on 4 hours. I really appreciate you. I wish you was here earlier, but appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody that came through, man. Respect. Much respect. Thank you. Share the video if you can.